joining us for House Seats Presents, your inside look into entertainment here in Las Vegas. I'm your host again, Bryce. This is our third time on the air.
Yeah.
And like I said, I never get tired of hearing that music at the start. You love that?
I was head bumping.
You know who wrote that?
No.
Vincent Verderame, who is our musical director for House Seats Presents, all of our setlist shows.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. He wrote that intro for me. He said, what do you like? And we actually have a question about that we're going to talk about at the end of the show from one of our viewers. He asked me what I liked, what DJs I liked, what music I liked, and that was what he came up with. So,
no kidding.
Got a little beat in there going that's like the little house. I love it.
Shout out to Vince.
I know. See?
That's
Vince
good
will
stuff.
have you on here too.
Yeah.
So I have to introduce, first off, we have a special guest in here today. One of my actually favorite people in Vegas as well.
Stop.
No,
I'm
no, I'm
blushing.
serious. We have Brandon Nixon here, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Brandon is right now in Rock of Ages, and he's also doing a litany of other things for us, as we have discovered now. And we'll go over in more detail some of the things that Brandon is doing and that Brandon is going to be doing in the next few weeks and months and everything, and the things you've done. But first up, I'd like you to play along with me on my weekend roundup.
Okay.
So every time we do the show, every time as in now, this is the third time, we do the weekend roundup of things that Bryce has done over the weekend. And it actually includes into the week. So this week was particularly interesting because the weekend started on Wednesday again for me, where I got a chance to go do something. I got invited. I was lucky enough to get invited to the Sinatra 100th anniversary show at the Wynn.
Ironically, we're talking about Sinatra today.
this is our homage. You see the hat on my little elbow here?
There you go.
This is the homage to Sinatra. Also, it's a ploy to get Matt Goss on the show. Please, Matt, get on the show. I know that day I'm definitely going to need my stylist, Jason, helping us because he's going to be dressed better than me. So I'm going to have to up my game on that. So Sinatra 100 years. So obviously Sinatra, who was a staple in Vegas. I mean, I remember as a kid when he passed away, they dimmed the lights on the Strip when he passed. That was in 1998, I believe. And you know, he played live at the Sands, and he's played so many times. He was obviously an original headliner, like we have Celine Dion today, or Garth Brooks, Reba McEntire, anybody that we have taking the stage regularly in Vegas. Now Jennifer Lopez. You can also come on the show, Jennifer.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, any of these people, who has the lasting power that he has had. And so CBS did an awesome job of 100 years of Sinatra. They had a very interesting lineup of people, I will say. Most of them, which I did not know prior. In fact, I'm actually going to go to the video we have here of us. Actually, I did a little undercover Periscope. I'm not really good at Periscope yet. I think I have like 25 followers on Twitter. So no one was really watching this video. So I was okay. I didn't break any Wynn rules, although the Wynn PR guy, Richard, was 2 rows ahead of me and gets the notification that I'm on Periscope inside his theater. But I'll let you see the beginning of how I was doing this at the show.
Oh, here we go. Double tap flip camera. All right. Okay. Tanitha, we're live on Periscope. We're here at the Sinatra 100th anniversary show. I think we're behind the press box. There's the big cameras behind us. So we thank you for our tickets. We're so excited. We're going to report on this on Monday on the show. We're going to talk all about Sinatra. Celine, Adam Levine, Tony Bennett, Lady Gaga, Garth Brooks.
So I'm naming off the lineup of all the people that are coming in.
John,
and most of them I was surprised
See, that's what I
who was going to be on there.
It actually looked like Pitbull was behind you.
Oh, there are. That was the press box behind me. So every large camera with the click was behind me. So there we are. That's my friend Tanisa, who's actually, it's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Tanisa. Did you meet Tanisa?
I don't think so.
Tanisa Whiting we work together for Mixed Media Entertainment, and they did the PR for We Will Rock You back in the day. So we did all the lineups for the year when you guys were on any kind of press junkets. We did all that for you guys. Okay. That's a little bit of trivia in there, insight there.
Yes.
So so she and I got invited to go to the show, and I knew of a small handful of people that were going to be in it. I knew Tony Bennett, obviously, since he is like Sinatra.
Yeah.
And I think Carrie Underwood, John Legend, Usher.
I love John Legend and Carrie Underwood. I love them.
She came out in this one dress at this moment. I think she was waddling out in it because it was pretty tight. But she did the famous Judy Garland did it, and Frank Sinatra, and she did. Someone to watch over me. I had to start singing it.
Oh,
in my head.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've got to go like YouTube all these.
I mean, I honestly had no idea who was going to come out on that stage. And some of the surprises to me, aside from, Nick Jonas, I don't get that.
Well,
or Michael Bublé was absent from the show. Yes. But Harry Connick Jr., amazing.
Oh,
Seth
awesome.
MacFarlane. I didn't even know
saw
he could sing.
Well, yeah, because he does
know.
he does all the voices.
Well, yeah,
on Family Guy.
Yeah, but I don't always associate Family Guy with coming out and singing "Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered."
It's a weird thing to like think that that's Peter from Family Guy. Yeah. But they did a variety show. All the Family Guy cast did a variety show for like a while. Him and Alex, who plays Lois and all.
Okay, gotcha.
Because they're all like so musically talented and stuff. But he's amazing.
That's something I wouldn't have known. I mean, honestly, he came out. He has a very nice baritone voice.
He's trained.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense because he actually came out and did one of my favorite tunes. Growing up, I watched Johnny Carson with my dad late at night, and I remember when Johnny Carson ended his show, and they had Bette Midler come out and do the closing.
Yes.
Yeah. One for my baby, and one. Let's do one for my baby.
There you go.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh. It's so nice that we can drink on the show. They did one for my baby, one more for the road, and they had Seth come out there, and he said, "Set him up, Joe." The whole setup was there, and it was so beautifully done. That
way it was shot and everything was so nice. Yeah.
And then the other one that I thought was the best was Alicia Keys,
which I didn't see.
Oh. You look up that one. She was up there standing up on an upright piano and a bass player behind her. And then they had the whole orchestra from, I believe, Showstoppers from Wynn did the whole show.
And the dancers. Yeah.
So and the dancers were in. Yeah. Yeah. They had, so they had a little bit for Alicia Keys, and Alicia, she did I've Got a Crush on You, which I remember like Barbara Streisand doing. Yeah. And remaking. And so, it was a great job to pay homage to Sinatra that night. And then, of course, we left the show, my friend Denise and I, and, before the show, they had these little, there's the after show. There's after Gaga's performance of New York, New York.
She killed it.
Amazing.
It was so good.
She gave everybody goosebumps.
She was like in a full suit and had the hat, and her last pose.
Priceless, huh?
Beautiful.
So the funny thing about that part, they had a little mess up, so they had to do it again for TV because it was live, but it was shot. They could edit, so they had her do it again, and we were all excited to hear her do it again because first time you're like, I want to see that again.
Well, she did say to the one girl, I forget her name.
Yeah, She's dancer.
Like, go ahead to your spot, sweetie.
That happened both times, so I guess either that was not the mistake, or that was intentional,
Maybe it was
or that was a mistake,
way.
And they just said the dancer still doesn't get it, so we're just gonna have to keep going. But it was so cool ending. And so, so before the show, right, they had these, Sinatra-ish people positioned, making sure you found your way to the theater. These same Sinatra people were make sure you could make your way to the after party. So we followed those people to the Sinatra after party at the Sinatra restaurant. And Tanisa, she's just brave. She's like, just don't ask when you go to the check-in table. Just keep walking. That's how you get into a party. You act like you belong there. And me, I'm like, freaking out. I'm like, I don't do that. I give them my name, and they say, what's your last name? And I look on the table, the little, the high boy table they had set up, and they had like 4 like envelopes. And I'm like, it's like, oh, what's your last name? And I'm like, Krausman. And I know it's not on one of those 4 envelopes in there. And I'm like, she's like, oh, it's not here. And I'm like, well, my friend already went in. You're either going to have to go get her out or let me in. And then somebody I knew at the Wynn, she's like, oh, Bryce, I'm sorry. This is Mr. Wynn's private party. I'm like, okay. So they gave us a little Sinatra smash. That's the cocktail. And they, hurried us on our way. But it was kind of fun. I was trying to get in there to see if I can have a Gaga moment in there. I don't know if they were even staying around after, but.
You should have said like Smith or Jones or Washington.
Something like that.
or Wynn.
Yes, I'm his long lost child. Hi,
Daddy.
It's so fun. But it was a really fun show. So then I traded my, black tie for the working man outfit here. We'll show a little video here. Yes, I own DW Bistro here in town with my friend Dalton, and he and I always go get our morning coffee before we work Sunday brunch, the wild Sunday brunch at the restaurant. So I decided to put on a pair of headsets at Starbucks and take the order of the person in next in line. So this is not just me holding oatmeal and being cute for camera. You can go ahead and roll the video of me actually doing a Starbucks order here. Oh yeah. The oatmeal. Got that. Whole grain oatmeal. I can't believe I had to ask him if he wanted his oatmeal heated up, like he wanted it in the shake container,
dry form.
Yeah, I just want your oatmeal.
Everybody,
it was too funny. Like they let me have the headset on. I love it. We'll have your total at the front. Oh yeah, in the background we've got Dalton, who is laughing hysterically over this whole thing. I loved it. I've never, and they thought I should stay working there. I obviously had to go. I had to go work DW brunch because it was going to be crazy busy, but I always wanted to do it. And he was, it was funny. I think I made the comment. I think he's actually a handsome guy, and he had a dog in the back seat. Oh. And I actually asked if his dog wanted something to eat too.
They have like doggy treats.
Yeah,
right?
That's why I asked him. I was trying to get Starbucks everything for their money.
I mean, come on.
I think I said something like, do you want to eat? Do you want food with that? Because I took his order for his praline latte or whatever. But then I was like, do you want anything to eat with that? He's like, yeah, I do. He wanted scones. He wanted oatmeal. I gave everything.
Yeah.
I gave everything to that man.
Yeah. I didn't want to.
Have you ever done a job
I didn't want to comment on that, but
yeah. Have you ever done a job like Starbucks or a barista? Or what's the most unusual job you might have ever done like that?
When I was 16, my cousin's husband managed all of the Memphis area Taco Bells.
Okay. Oh.
So I was a cashier at Taco Bell.
Oh, you were? Okay. Did you ever do any pranks like they have on video where the guy was licking all the taco shells? That you did something that.
And I was dressed like that.
I'm sure you sold a lot of taco meat there, honey. Mm-hmm.
We had to
Lots of burritos.
We had to give a lot of refunds.
Gotcha. And what is that outfit, actually?
That is actually Franz from Rock of Ages.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Is that their shoes behind there, too?
Yes.
Those are fancy.
Well, I understudy every male in the show, sometimes a female.
Okay. Oh, okay. See, the versatility of this actor.
We'll leave that there.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, so I have all of those shoes are mine.
Okay.
Even up to here, they're all mine.
Oh, wow. You have a very large dressing room then.
They spent a lot of money on me.
Yeah, because you have to have one of everything for you that fits you.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then for 8 different characters. So it's a lot.
You are very versatile. And we're going to talk about right now, we're going to talk about the versatility of Brandon Nix here on the show.
Okay.
First off, the fact that I met you through We Will Rock You, which was however many years ago that was now.
07?
Something.
06?
Yeah. At the Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so take me on your journey from Paris. Did you leave Vegas or did you stay?
No.
Okay.
No.
Give me your...
I never, ever thought, we were talking about this earlier with Keely. Shout out to Keely for my makeup.
Under eye.
Making me a de-puffy. I never thought that I would live here.
Mm-hmm.
And after I came here, and I think it was New Year's of 2000.
Okay.
Went and saw a lot of shows, and it was all really tall guys, like skinny dancer kind of guys, and no show here in town was like meant for me. And I was doing the Broadway national tour of Saturday Night Fever.
Okay, yes.
And it sat down at the Sahara.
Yes.
For the last 6 months of the tour.
Gotcha.
And
you were there with Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I remember Tony. No.
Well, no,
that's later on, but it's still versatility. It still shows versatility. Yes.
So after the show closed, I stayed around and went immediately into We Will Rock You.
Yeah.
And after that closed,
I know.
I had a producer that had seen me in the show and put a band together for me.
Okay.
So I spent the next however many years of my career rapping.
I'm not laughing at you.
Not kidding.
No, I'm not.
Not kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Again, this is a versatility. You were rapping. What was the name of the band?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we played at Carnival Court.
Gotcha.
At Harris.
Okay.
And yeah, I was like hardcore, like super hardcore rapper.
So you came to Vegas, and that sense, what I love about performers, and this is one of the reasons we'll talk later about the set list and how Seats presents why we actually want to keep actors working and doing things outside of your normal shows, is because that's the thing. We don't want to lose your talent when you're done with the show. We want you to stay here. And so for you in staying here, because a lot of people leave, they're going to go to LA, they're going to go to New York, they're going to go on a national tour, they're going to go on cruise lines, which I'm sure you also did that too. Before Vegas? Or,
way early.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the 90s.
But I'm happy that you stay here. I mean, financially, this is a good place for you to stay, or how do you feel that Vegas has treated you as a performer in that aspect?
Well, here's the deal. I mean, the weather's great all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, it is.
The cost of living?
Yes.
You know, I did New York, I did LA, and I mean, to be out here and, you know, have my house. Yeah. And my dog, which he's massive. He wouldn't fit into a New York apartment. It's I mean, you can't get past that. Like it's so great to be out here. And in the in-between times, I've been able to, I've ever retained for a while.
Okay. Gotcha.
I was in Chippendales for 6 months.
Okay. Well, there you go. See, again, rapping and taking his clothes off. Did you do those together?
Well, no, I was the host of the show. Thank you.
Oh, you were one of the hosts of the show.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. For like 6 months.
Okay.
But I've been able to do jobs that I could still like use like my talents.
Right. You could showcase it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, New York and LA, you have to wait tables.
Right.
Or whatever. So out here, you can still do, you know, little gigs.
Yeah.
Keely and I worked together the other day. I sang Dick in a Box.
Yeah. Explain to everybody what that is, because I wasn't quite sure if that was, is that along with Chippendales or what exactly
Completely
is?
separate.
Explain a little bit about that for everyone so they know what that is.
It was the UFC holiday party.
Oh.
And
they offer this to everyone?
Yes.
Oh. So, I guess I should watch UFC more often. So I'm missing something.
So I walked around with my partner who was hired as well.
Okay.
And we sang the SNL. It was a short video that they did. And it's called Dick in a Box. Mm-hmm. And it's Justin Timberlake and what's his name? Andy Samberg.
Okay.
And so we had
literally had a
presents.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Like strapped onto our belts. Mm-hmm. So we walked around the party.
Presents strapped on. Those are the operative words here today. Mm-hmm.
So they would pull us up. They would say, you know, we had to learn the song or whatever. So they would pull us up. It was like Dana White.
Okay. Yeah.
And Chuck Liddell.
Okay.
And all these like huge
the
UFC
people who run for UFC. Yeah.
So we would go up to them and we would sing this song, and then we would open the box, and there was a fuzzy caterpillar.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh. This is, again, laying the groundwork for your versatility here. Is it going to become a butterfly?
Well, I said, I even wrote it on Facebook. I was like, Vegas is the only town that you get hired to do stuff like this. It's ridiculous. It's stupid.
It's ridiculous.
It's stupid.
Yeah, right.
And you know what? You take your paycheck, which is pretty good most of the time, and go home.
So, okay. So one of the reasons we picked Brandon to work on our house seat shows is this versatility, as caterpillars are. Actually, as Brandon and I were talking before the show started, so we have the shows House Seats presents called The Set List. It's very awesome. It's basically recreating great albums start to finish. And which is
such a wonderful idea. I love it. It is,
because a lot of times you really want the artist to sing that album. When you go to a concert, I'll be honest, you really want that person. Like, let's use an example today of Adele. I was never an Adele fan. I downloaded that album this morning. I should have never downloaded that album.
I didn't, because I know every song is going to be like, I'm going to be tired of every song.
You're like, come on. I mean, she's very talented, but hello. Woo! And it is really good, but you can. So anyway, so the album start to finish, that's really what you want an artist to do. Are we cheersing?
Yep.
Woohoo! Start to finish.
It's just sitting there on the table.
Oh, no. It's a really nice scotch. I think it's Chivas. We might need more from the bottle. So we started set list with Jagged Little Pill, Alanis Morissette, which we actually invited Brandon to do. Alanis and Brandon.
I'm so upset that I couldn't make it.
Oh, we're doing Fireball now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You were upset you couldn't make it, yes.
So upset.
We did it earlier start time, that's why. We are now at 11 o'clock so that everyone in the industry and people can participate.
Which is great.
Yeah. But but here's the thing. What was the song that you were going to sing in Alanis? Because I want people to know what you were going to sing.
I think I was going to do Uninvited. Oh, yes. Which is not
on that album.
On the album.
Yeah. But we do a little encores in there of other great albums. So we did in July, we did Slippery When Wet, Bon Jovi. That was absolutely killer. And Brandon was basically the star of the show on that one.
It was.
You were in almost every song.
It was insane. It was so much fun. I mean, come on. We all love that album anyway.
And I never really, not dug Bon Jovi, but the show was probably one of the most phenomenal productions in vinyl at the Hard Rock. It's
a great space. Yeah. It was really raw.
Yeah.
Which,
are we playing a little something? I think we're playing a little bit of Bon Jovi. There you go. I knew I was going to get him to sing a little bit.
It was like super raw.
Yeah.
I was like sweaty.
Yeah. Well, everybody was. Oh, I like that.
See? I mean, how can you go wrong?
I know. The talent on that stage was awesome. Again, Vincent did the musical directing for that.
Yes.
And then we move on and we did Thriller. And what song did we have you do for Thriller?
Okay, I'm just going to say I didn't get the choice in this. I was just told, you're singing Thriller.
Mm-hmm. He was doing the title track of the album.
There's no pressure in that.
No pressure.
At all.
None whatsoever. You didn't even have to know all the dance steps in it either. So, it was pretty easy for you to do that.
Well, I had
Do you love the sound effects here? It's pretty awesome.
I do.
Pretty awesome to sit in here and hear that happen.
Well, it was duet form with Lissa Baker, who was my partner in my rap band.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Eric Jordan Young.
Okay.
From
who was in Rock of Ages too. Yeah.
He did the Vincent Price part at the end.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Yeah. But, no pressure.
No pressure to do the title track of the song.
And it was at Halloween.
Yeah. There was nothing wrong with that.
We were supposed to have dancers.
Yes.
And then
they were absent.
They couldn't come.
Yeah.
Something rehearsal or whatever. So we ended up just having to stand up there and sing.
Yeah.
Thriller.
Yeah. And we're using him again. Now, here's the Sinatra elbow. We are doing Sinatra, and we chose the album The Main Event. You could have chosen Live at the Sands, a number of things, but The Main Event, the reason we chose The Main Event is because it is one of his sort of comeback albums. It has quite an assortment of things you can see on here.
And he did the tour.
He did the tour based on this. It was sort of his comeback tour. So we are, obviously, a nice plug for House Seats Presents and the show. Tickets are $25 and $35. You can go on House Seats Presents right now and buy those tickets. Or you can go to the Foundation Room the night of, wait in line, and pay your money before you go up the elevator all the top to the 60-something floor to Mandalay Foundation.
Which, can I say, I'm super excited.
It's great.
It's going to be like a concert with a view.
Yeah.
Vinyl is amazing.
Vinyl's awesome.
I love vinyl.
Yeah.
But to be up there and have that view, and it's going to be
a stellar night.
Especially because it's Sinatra and dress code is enforced.
Dress code, don't wear those flip-flops, don't do all that stuff in a club. But here's the kicker. So, when asking Mr. Brandon Nix what song, and we're gonna have a moment, but what song he's going to do in our show for Sinatra, what song is that you're going to do for everybody?
My Way. I'm not sure if any of the followers or listeners have heard of that song.
No one's ever heard of that song.
But just in case, it's this one.
This is not a small song. Now, to talk about this song and to talk a little bit about your background and your family. So your father, you have a special connection with your father in this song.
Yeah. My dad owned a restaurant back home, really small, like mom and pop shop. And he had karaoke nights. I mean, such a musical family, whatever. We had the karaoke machine at home and blah, blah, blah. So he had, I don't remember what night it was, but one night a week he would do a karaoke party.
Yeah.
And he loved to sing. And every night he would close out the night with My Way. And the last time I saw my dad, he asked me to sing this song with him as a duet.
Yeah.
And he passed away. And so this is the last song that, well, this was actually the last time I even saw him. So I'm going to try to get,
it's okay.
So I'm going to try to get through it on Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, I'll be there to support you.
Vince and I have like arranged a nice, it's just going to be me and the piano in the beginning. And then the band is going to come in, and we've arranged it in a key that shows off some of my money notes.
Oh, okay. Yes. Those caterpillar notes.
Because I can't sing in,
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to hear that. I'm excited. It's going to be great.
Fingers crossed.
So this show is our fourth in the series of the set list. Again, it's on Wednesday night, and that we have partnered with a charity each time.
Mm-hmm.
And for this purpose, we actually partnered with the Nevada Childhood Cancer Foundation for the benefit of Jeff Lebo in a local
Jersey
talent
Boys.
here, Jersey Boys. He's going to be in the show as well. His daughter Emma, who's 6 years old, suffers from neurofibromatosis.
Good for
so
you.
it's that's a lot of words, but it's a very rare. It attacks the nerve cells and nerve tissues. It's about 200,000 cases in the U.S. So it's a very rare disease. But through the Nevada Childhood Cancer Foundation, they accept donations for this. So we're actually going to be earmarking some of the dollars made on Wednesday for this purpose.
Nice.
So it'll be a really nice closeout of our season. We'll start next year with more albums. We're going to do Amy Winehouse Back to Black, which I'm sure you can be in that. Oh, it just is awesome. And I mean, I know I have something I need to ask you real fast too.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna have you on again, but you performed when you were younger at one of my favorite. We did a Christmas show last week with Travis Clore, but one of my favorite Christmas memories as a kid is watching the best Christmas pageant ever with my family. It was on TV with Loretta Swit and whatnot, and it was my favorite. And so I read somewhere that your mom actually put you in an audition for that and got the role.
I think my mom is watching right now.
Who did you play in that show?
Ollie Herdman.
Oh my God. You were Ollie, the one who lives in the bureau drawer.
Yes.
I love it. Yes.
She took me and my sister. My sister ended up being a baby angel.
Yeah.
And I was Ollie. But she wanted us to be in the show. She wanted to like incorporate us into like musical theater.
Okay.
They didn't have a woman to read for the mother.
For the mother?
I think her name is Grace.
The mother of the kids. They're the Goody Two Shoes kids. The ones who, the woman of the church. Yeah. The mother of the church.
I forget their names.
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot. I see their names.
But
Charlie. It's almost Christmas, Charlie.
Charlie. Yes.
Yeah.
I forget the girl's name.
I don't either.
So,
the brat.
So mom read for the thing and ended up being the star of the show.
See?
Mom.
Hi, Mom. Did you know your son was a caterpillar? That's why trying to be a butterfly. Well, oh my gosh. We are going to wrap up the show here for a minute because we have a couple emails from some members who have watched in the last couple weeks. Thank you for watching. So we wanted to go first off with Christina. Christina is a House Seats member. This is what she wrote in Christina V. First of all, I wanted to let you know how much my husband and I love House Seats. Thank you.
Yes.
We signed up the very first week we moved to Vegas, and it literally allowed us to get out and explore what Vegas had to offer. It also helps us take our guests out and give us a taste of Vegas without breaking the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because all Las Vegas locals know there seems to be no end with people visiting. That is absolutely accurate.
I've got a house full right now.
Uh-huh. And she's wondering when we're going to launch an app. Well, Christine, we are trying that this next year, 2016. It was a little cost prohibitive in the beginning, and I wanted it done right so it could do all the functions that the website does for you. So it was a monetary thing. But thank you for your very first email that was ever written in here to House Seats Presents. We have gone on to your account and added a month of membership onto your account.
Yeah.
So you can actually go see shows for the next month on House Seats.
Awesome.
For that. And also the last person who emailed about who is this music at the top of the show, that is Vincent Verderame, who wrote our awesome start music. And you can see Vince as the music director on Wednesday at our show at the Foundation Room.
Foundation Room.
Thank you, Brandon, for coming on today.
My pleasure. This was
we love you.
So much fun.
We're going to have you on again. So cheers to Sinatra, 100 years.
In my way.
In my way. Thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers.